Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day, everybody. Hope you guys all having a good week thus far. So yeah, I'm Dan with Trading with Dan. Can't remember if I even just said that or not. But yeah, this is our Bitcoin morning update. So let's go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yeah, as we can see, what we have going on here is obviously we broke above our important level of resistance, so 58.5k, and yeah, consolidated above there. We then had a wick up, a push up to well, pretty much to the level we had drawn in from these highs. A level I think we did actually increase it to go to the wicks, which is pretty much looks like it was the right thing to do. So yeah, we've tested that, got rejected, and now have come down pretty hard here. So obviously from top to bottom here, we're talking basically, well, pretty much 60k down to, oh, I didn't realize it was that low, to actually under 57. So that is a $3,000 move. So obviously we're talking about an asset with a 60k price point, not like the olden days, the old Bitcoin, where we were talking about an asset, well, with like what, a $10,000 price point. But hey, here we go. So yeah, as you can see, but we have been bought up pretty quickly here. But yeah, I mean, this is early again, very early in this candle. Time will tell how this plays up. I mean, obviously the same rules apply. We need to get this candle closing back above 58.5, which we're not too far from at the moment. But like I said, we've only just started this candle. But yeah, obviously, if we don't, it will start to look like we'll at least come and test 55, if not 52, and then, well, depending on how it goes there, potentially even 46. But yeah, not necessarily what's going to happen. We just got to play it level by level. And you guys probably know I don't make many like medium term predictions, more just looking for sideways, and then obviously we've got levels to invalidate that sideways for like trending motion, either to the upside or the downside. But yeah, I think we could very easily get some downward action if we close below 57.5, maybe even 57. And then yeah, we'll just have to play it as we go, to see where that ends up. We could potentially also now join a trend line from these two lows here. I don't want to confuse it with well, it does look a little bit confusing. We might make this one a little bit thicker and bring it down a little bit further, just because just so we don't confuse it with some of the other trend lines, because this is more like a longer term one now, that we could potentially at some point maybe come down and test. It does look like like, yeah, I mean, it basically just would be an important potential level if we did come down. So yeah, what I will do, just to neaten my charts up, we'll extend this along, and bring this down to here, and then make this ever so slightly thicker, just so that it's a little bit differentiated from the other ones. But yeah, potential trend line in there, so that could be a catch point to the downside, barring any of our horizontals. Obviously, you know that I do prefer horizontals, but just something we should have drawn in going forwards. Obviously, if we just blast through here and go onwards and upwards, then everything will be hunky-dory, and we'll be heading into the 68s. But yeah, at the moment we've got to look at, with this strong rejection here and this volatility, we've got to kind of look at that. We can potentially at least trade some more sideways, if not downwards. I mean, it doesn't have to come any lower than 55k. But we'll have to see. Obviously, clear invalidation. I mean, we just got a further confirmation of this level of basic 60k as a continuation if we get above, and especially if we close a 4-hour above there. So yes, Ethereum, Bitcoin hanging in there. Had a nice pump up basically literally back to its normal level. But yeah, obviously not looking as dire it is down here. Printed a higher high relative to this high, and we did get above this level. So yeah, if we can make some progress from here, that would be fantastic. The Satoshi pairing, that's not the Satoshi pairing, the dirty fiat pairing, dirty fiat pairing. That's the one. Yeah, basically got up to the 1850, which was the level to get above to go pretty much bullish. But we did run into a 4-hour 9 at that resistance, as we did here as well, and as we did here also. And we were rejected, so nothing out of the ordinary there. So yeah, a case of playing some sideways to down, and then do we get a turn back up? I mean, this is just going to follow Bitcoin. I mean, that's why I don't particularly analyze it. I have it for the levels of importance, but I don't particularly analyze it directionally because it's just going to be dragged along with Bitcoin. That's why we look at the Satoshi pairing. But yeah, I mean, we're just back in this range now. I would suspect though, if we do get another move above here, we then would see some acceleration, but then that's going to coincide with what Bitcoin is doing. 10-year hanging up there. It was looking pretty erect yesterday morning, but has come back, has eased off a little bit from there. So I was going to say I suspect the dollar would have eased off a little bit, which it has. But obviously we know what we are looking at with the dollar. We are in the zone, in the rejection major zone, where we have got to get rejected because we are basically neutral. Down here we're bearish, up here we're neutral, up here we're bullish. So we are in that neutral zone. For you guys that like watching Star Trek, we're in the neutral zone. But hey, anyway, so yeah, silver's still down there, not too much to look at there. Stock futures still hanging on up there, not looking too bad. I mean, this is looking like a bull flag. We'll draw it in for the sake of just getting some annotation on our chart, just so we can look cool. But yeah, potential bull flag there. Obviously a target higher to the upside because that's how they work. But yeah, we'll just see what happens with that. This does look like the a breaking of descending broadening wedge, and a forecheck, a back check, and a paycheck. So obviously that this move, this is the flagpole, pretty much. So this could, if I can move it, yeah, I can shift these to the upside as well. Actually, it gives us a target of over 4,000. There we go. Right, so stochastics on Bitcoin, what are they saying? 4 hour, yeah, 4 hour look, it's looking toppy here, so this could give us basically at least some sideways, if not down within this level, based off the 4 hour. 10 hour turning back over as well, so that is easing off a little there. 12 hour, I mean, it is looking toppy. We could play some sideways to down from here, as it appears we are doing, but daily looking good. So daily looking good, and obviously 2-day looking to turn back over, but obviously daily looking good. I mean, this kind of just tells me, yeah, we've had a nice move up, we've hit resistance, we're toppy. The bulls are getting a nosebleed at these elevated levels, and yeah, we're just gonna play some sideways to down. That's kind of what it tells me. But I mean, the daily is kind of telling me that we would struggle really to get much lower than 55. But obviously, I mean, we just got to play that level by level. So yeah, there you go, guys. Remember, this not financial advice. In fact, I'll just quickly show you the whatchamacallit, the super trend indicator. I mean, yeah, you can see basically it went short, we came down, went long, kind of flip-flopped a bit around here, but then went long, and then we had a nice move up. And what I really wanted to show you was we basically come down and tested the actual lower level. So the obviously breaking and closing below here would indicate a sell, but we wicked into it and then got supported by it. And you'll often find you do get supported by the lower by basically this line, whether it be lower or above the price. So yeah, just looking like a back test of this at the moment, but obviously if we come lower and close below, then this will go bearish. So yeah, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.